To get notified about our future MB-210 videos, please make sure to subscribe our channel and press the bell icon. To the questions. Question 1. Drag drop. You use Dynamics 365 sales. You are in stage 2 of a business process flow that has 5 stages. You need to use multiple business process flows. Which actions should you perform? To answer, drag the appropriate actions to the correct scenarios. Each action may be used once, more than once, or not at all. You may need to drag the split bar between panes or scroll to view content. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. The actions provided to us are abandon and then switch, finish and then switch, or switch. To the answer area, end the current process and start the correct business process flow. The correct option is abandon and then switch. To the next statement, temporarily leave the current process for a different business flow. The correct option is switch. Question 2. You work for a company using Dynamics 365 for sales. When customers call the company, they must provide their quote number. Customers report that quote numbers are too long. You need to shorten quote numbers to the minimum possible length. What should you do? The correct option is B. Reduce the auto number prefix to 1 character. B is the right one because the question is about quotes. If I change the suffix, it will apply to all records like cases, etc. If I change prefix, it applies only to selected record. Question 3. You are a Dynamics 365 administrator. A sales manager changes the target goal for a salesperson from $26,000 to $20,000. However, the currency symbol changes from dollar to pound. Other managers are not experiencing this issue. You need to fix the currency symbol for the sales manager. What should you change? The correct option is A. The default currency in personal options. The answer is A. You may set your personal options to use something else as a default, but a user can still change it when creating records. Users can change personal defaults in Microsoft Dynamics CRM. Question 4. You are Dynamics 365 for sales administrator. Sales representatives must enter estimated revenue only as an exception. You need to ensure that estimated revenue for opportunities is automatically calculated. What should you do? The correct option is D. In opportunities, change the default value of the revenue type to system calculated. Question 5. You have opportunities that have values in multiple currencies. The currency exchange rate automatically updates. You need to ensure that currency values are accurately reported. When is the new currency exchange rate applied to the opportunity records? The correct option is A. When a change is made to a currency field. A change to a quantity in a record doesn't force the record's money fields to be recalculated based on the latest exchange rate. When the exchange rate is updated for a transaction currency, the existing records that the currency is assigned to aren't updated. But if a money field in one of these records is later updated, or if the state of the record changes, the system retrieves the latest exchange rate for the currency and recalculates the record's money fields based on the latest rate. When you view a record, the monetary values that are shown are based on the exchange rate that was last assigned to the record. This rate might not reflect the latest exchange rate. For example, when an order is created, the value of its money The values of its money fields are calculated based on the exchange rate that's in effect for the assigned currency at that time. If the order is viewed 10 days later, the values of the money fields still reflect the exchange rate that was applied when the order was created, even though the exchange rate that's assigned to the currency might have been updated several times since the order was created. Question 6. Your company uses Dynamics 365 for sales to analyze their competitive wins and losses data. Sales staff close lost opportunities and enter the actual revenue, closed date, competitor, and the reason for the loss. You need to create a dashboard that provides information related to the last 30 days of opportunities closed as lost. Which entity should you use? The correct option is B, opportunity. Correct answer is opportunity, as you cannot create dashboards using opportunity close. Also, the opportunity close entity's purpose is activity that is created automatically when an opportunity is closed, containing information such as the description of the closing and actual revenue. Question 7. You are a Dynamics 365 administrator for a company. The company's fiscal year is April 1 through March 31st. You need to create a system view for all users that displays data for the current fiscal year by default. What should you do? The correct option is A. Set up fiscal year settings and create a view in the default section. In the default solution. A is the correct answer because in Advanced Find you create personal views. Question 8. You manage a Dynamics 365 sales environment. Many activities are associated with opportunities. Managers must be able to determine how the relationship with customers is trending for each opportunity. You need to implement a solution. Which solution should you implement? The correct option is D, Sales Insights. Using Dynamics 365's Sales Insights, then Relationship Analytics. Question 9. A company is implementing Dynamics 365 Sales. The company has 10 products and 4 territories. Each territory must have a price list specific for the territory and must use these prices as default product price. You need to configure the price list for the territories. What should you do? The correct option is C. Create a price list for each territory and add a territory relationship record. There is a connection relationship called territory relationship. Question 10. A company based in Mexico is setting up Dynamics 365 sales. All price lists are in US dollars. A sales representative sells products to customers in the UK and Spain. You need to determine the currency for the quote. Which currency will the quote use? The correct option is C, USD. It will use the currency of the price list. Question 11. A company has 3 business units. User privileges are set to ensure that users can see only records owned by their own business unit. If a contact is needed for all business units, one contact record must be created for each business unit. A contact is considered a duplicate if the first name, last name, email, or preferred phone and business unit fields match. You must ensure that duplicate records are not created for contacts. You need to create the duplicate detection rules. Which 2 filters should you configure? Each correct answer is part of the complete solution. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. The correct options are C and D, that is, first name and last name, and email and business unit, and first name and last name and preferred phone and business unit. C looks at email and business unit, and D looks at phone and business unit. Question 12. Sales representatives at an organization have access to the contact records in their business unit. You need to ensure that sales representatives can access contact records in all business units that are subordinate to their business unit. Sales representatives must not have access to other records in the organization. Which access level should you assign to the contact entity? The correct option is C, parent-child business unit. Question 13. You need to ensure that a user named user1 can assign salespeople to sales territories. The solution must use the principle of least privilege. To which security role should you assign user1? The correct option is A, sales manager. The only correct answer is sales manager and system customizer. But since the principle of least privileges is required, sales manager is the correct answer. Question 14. You manage a default Dynamics 365 sales environment. You are configuring a sales dashboard. You need to create an interactive dashboard. Which three entities can you use? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. The correct options are A, C, and D, that is queue item, knowledge article, and case. Question 15. Hotspot. You manage a Dynamics 365 environment. You plan to implement business process flows from app source. You need to ensure that you can install the business process flows. Which actions should you perform? To answer, select the appropriate options in the answer area. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. To the answer area, task, configure security. The correct option is assign the Dynamics 365 system customizer security role. To the next statement, deployment action. The correct option is select the organization for installation. Question 16. A company plans to close early on the last day of the month for an employee celebration. You need to configure Dynamics 365 to prevent scheduling of sales support resources for that day. Which feature should you use? The correct option is B, business closure. Question 17. An organization uses sales dashboards in Dynamics 365. You need to configure a single dashboard that includes the following data: both complex key performance indicators that are derived from external data and custom visuals, real-time data on sales performance that is based on Dynamics 365 data. Which three actions should you perform? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. The correct options are C, D, and E, that is, create tiles and a dashboard in Microsoft Power BI, create charts with required data in Dynamics 365, combine Microsoft Power BI and standard charts on a standard dashboard in Dynamics 365. Question 18. You are an administrator for Dynamics 365 for sales. You need to ensure that a user can install and configure the social selling assistant. Which two actions should you perform? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. The correct options are C and D, that is, assign the user a license for both Microsoft Dynamics 365 and Microsoft Social Engagement, and grant the user the system administrator or system customizer role. Question 19. A company uses Dynamics 365 for sales. The company has not made changes to any of the default security roles. You need to ensure that users can assign salespeople to sales territories. Which security role can you use? The correct option is C. Sales manager. Question 20. An organization uses Dynamics 365 for sales. You need to create a code template in Microsoft Word for use in the organization. What should you do? The correct option is C. Enable the developer tab in Microsoft Word.